Hi, everyone. Hello. Thank you so much for joining our Soko Glam IOPE virtual event. I'm here in New York City with board certified dermatologist, Dr. Claire Chang. She's also a really good friend of mine.
Thank you, Charlotte. And thank you to everyone for being here today. I'm so happy to be here to talk with you and so happy to have you in our clinic. Today, I'm very happy to talk about one of the most common questions that comes up in my clinic, which is how do we, as we all mature, work on maintaining our skin health and on preventative care. So we'll talk about that. And I'm also super excited to talk about IOPE, which is a Korean skincare brand that I personally have been using for years now. And I am continuously amazed by their innovative formulations and their unique skincare products, including their cutting-edge retinol technology and PDRN, which I'm sure we'll get into later.
So there's so much to cover. I felt that this would be a perfect setting because not only are we in New York City and I'm like nearing 40, so I need to kind of talk about these skin concerns that I have with Dr. Claire Chang, but I've actually personally been to this office before. I went to your clinic like 2 years ago, I think.
HIPAA, I can't say.
I'm revealing it though, as your patient. But it's been great to chat with Dr. Claire Chang over the years, not only about how to take care of my skin, as my skin is maturing. Yes, I do take care of my skin. I have a very comprehensive skincare routine. You guys know I'm always testing. I'm always trying everything that's coming out of Korean beauty and outside of Korea as well. But there are some treatments that are in clinic that I also I'm personally very interested in learning more about, and also my friends all around me, they're asking me questions all the time. And I love the topic of IOPE in general. You guys know I'm a huge super fan of IOPE. When we curated them to Soko Glam over the years, I have told you countless of times that, retinol, they are the leaders in retinol. They've been doing all of these cosmeceutical skincare products. They've been launching them, and all I know is that out of all the brands that you get in Korea, they are the leaders. They have the most R&D behind it. So this is an exciting segment for me. I'm excited to dive into all of my skin concerns, my real skin concerns, as we do a skin analysis. But before we get into all of that, I do want to remind you guys that there is a special giveaway going on. If you see on the screen, all you need to do is basically post an IG story on a public account, tag Soko Glam, and you'll have a chance to win a 9-piece IOPE gift set. You guys, this is a $370 value gift set, and there's gonna be 2 winners. I saw someone in the comment section mentioning only 2 winners. I mean, come on, this is a very, very generous gift set, and it has the latest and greatest from IOPE, plus this really cute tote, this blue tote. So we'll announce the winners at the end of the virtual event. You guys need to be here at the end in order to collect your prize. You're not going to get it if you're not here. So make sure you stay till the end, and those are all the rules. And make sure you have a public account. I think I mentioned that before. All right, let's get started. So I think one of the things that inspired me to have this like clinical setting with Dr. Claire Chang in her office at Union Derm is the fact that last year I went to Korea and I went to the IOPE lab and I literally got a skin analysis and it was shocking. So Dr. Claire Chang has so kindly done a skin analysis for me using their Vizia machine.
Yes, you don't see it here, but right next to us, there's a Vizia machine here that we did right before the event. So we have some results in. Thank you, Charlotte, for sharing your personal results. So they're right here. And the Vizia is pretty much, it helps analyze the general skin condition, including things like texture, pores, wrinkles, UV damage, brown spots, redness. I do have to say, I mean, I'm not surprised. Your skin looks pretty good. The higher the percentage, it shows that you're better than those in your same age group. And I mean, 97%, 82%. So I'm not surprised here, but you can see it's a little bit of pigmentation, a little bit of, fine lines coming in, some pores, which everyone has. So yeah, the results are looking pretty good. I think
No,
you've done a
she's
good job
being-
since your last analysis.
She's being really nice right now, but honestly, pigmentation is a big concern. Fine lines, I've definitely seen fine lines. Guys, I've had 2 kids, okay? 2 kids in the past couple years. I had dealt with COVID stress, like there's so much that's been going on. And I mean, the reality is that I'm almost 40. And so if you guys are OG Soko Glam people, you know that, it's past, what, 13 years of Soko Glam. It has aged me. So I'm really excited to be here to talk about it because this is seriously very top of mind for me. I got freaked out last year when I went to the IOPE lab and they told me all the things that I need to focus on. And I kind of want to do the Visi machine because I was like, maybe round 2 would be better because I've been really diligent with my IOPE bioconditioning essence, my IOPE retinol. So I'm like hoping the results are better,
The
but
results look good. I do have to say caveat, we don't use the Visia for every patient that walks into the door because, it's gonna give a general analysis. But even if you have so much pigmentation, a gazillion brown spots, the patient may not notice that. They might notice like one line on their forehead. So it's only used pretty much here for clinical trials and research purposes. Usually when I have a patient walk into the door, I hand them a mirror and I ask, what are your concerns? What do you want to work on today? Like, what are you looking to improve?
so what am I looking to improve? Should I roll out the list?
Yeah, so I mean, in general, your skin looks amazing. And, just based on the analysis, there's, things we can do. We're lucky in this day and age. We have so many cosmetic treatments in the office available to us. I work in a practice, a big practice in New York. And so we have more than 70 cosmetic treatments available. We can do collagen stimulating lasers to help with fine lines, pigment lasers and resurfacing lasers to help with pigmentation, skin tightening to help firm. We can do Botox to help with wrinkles. But these are in-office treatments. I always say the first and most important step in preventative care is going to be a good skincare routine that you're going to be consistent with. And consistency is important because it takes time to see results with any skincare product. In general, for most of my patients, I do recommend incorporating 2 ingredients into your skincare routine for general anti-aging, and that's going to be vitamin C and retinol. Yes. Vitamin C is, as most people know, is a strong antioxidant. And what it does is it helps repair and protect the skin all day long from UV damage. It helps brighten the skin. It can help stimulate collagen. Now, I do actually really like the IOPE Gluta-Vitamin C serum. And so this is a powerful combination of pure vitamin C, 25%, and glutathione. And I don't know if everyone has heard, but it is popular in parts of Asia to get IV glutathione injections or take oral glutathione supplements for brightening of the skin.
It is huge.
Yeah, anti-aging. So it's amazing that IOPE was able to put this in topical format with vitamin C so that we have access to it at home. Now, why is this combination important? I love vitamin C as an antioxidant and glutathione as an antioxidant. But some patients or some people call glutathione the master antioxidant. So what it can do is regenerate active forms of vitamin C to help it stay active for longer. And so it's a powerful combination. It has synergistic benefits for the skin and can really leave your skin looking brighter and smoother.
And I just have to say, out of all the vitamin C's I've tested in the market, there is not a single vitamin C out there with glutathione in it as like its key ingredient alongside ascorbic acid. And I think that ascorbic acid is vitamin C, right? In its purest form, the most effective. Like there's so many studies done about ascorbic acid being the most effective on your skin, but there's a lot of vitamin C's out there in the market that tout brightening properties. However, if you look at the ingredient list, it's usually just natural vitamin C from fruits. That's not going to really make a difference in your skin. So the fact that IOPE has been able to stabilize this vitamin C, this ascorbic acid vitamin C, and then infuse it with glutathione is genius. It's total genius. And then it's also like it has a very nice pleasant smell. It has like no smell at all. Usually when it's a high ascorbic acid content, it's very overpowering and it smells like a wet rag.
But so this is going back to our patient over here, one of her like kind of most complaints were her pigmentation. And I was telling her she has melasma, a little bit of melasma on the, a little bit.
Yeah, that's actually
creeping up.
I just assumed it was pigmentation, but I guess after having 2 kids, I have melasma.
Yeah, so it's so common, and not a lot of people know they have it. And so with melasma, it is difficult to treat, it's chronic, but again, skincare at home every day is something easy you can do to help brighten and lighten that pigmentation. And vitamin C is pretty much usually what I say, one of the most important skincare products you can use to help with pigmentation in general.
I'm getting a lot of great questions. People here are asking about, I've never seen results with vitamin C and I wonder why. And I'm wondering if have you used Katrina ascorbic acid? I think ascorbic acid is the most powerful. How about vitamin C in powder form? I thought it was better. I think when it's the ascorbic acid, are you talking about the Neogen vitamin C powder? That one, when you mix it with an essence, it is more stable. So then when you mix it in with your essence, it could be more powerful, it could be more effective. It's probably, okay, so I just wanted to kind of call out, and you guys are asking some great questions. Sensitive skin friendly. Okay, vitamin C, is this pregnancy safe?
Yes, vitamin C is one of the products I say, please continue when you're pregnant.
Yeah, and I think that that's something that as someone that's had 2 kids, I continuously use vitamin C. And I was so glad that I could use vitamin C because everything else I felt that had like potent actives, I wasn't able to use.
And the other part about, oh, I haven't seen response with vitamin C, that is a complaint I get a lot. I always say this is about prevention. Pigmentation in the sun is going to get darker. Sunscreen is obviously the most important thing you can do, but vitamin C is helping to prevent that pigmentation from getting darker and just give overall brightening of the skin. The pigment oftentimes for sunspots, for melasma, there is deeper pigment. And with that, we do have lasers, chemical peels, even oral medications nowadays that could help with pigmentation. But this is helping to prevent that from getting darker, to help prevent future brown spots too.
Awesome. All right, so what else?
Okay, so as I mentioned, retinol is my second most important ingredient to have as part of your anti-aging routine. Retinol sometimes patients can be sensitive to, so I'm happy to talk about how to incorporate retinols into your skincare routine, but it has years, decades of scientific data showing that it can stimulate collagen, help with fine lines, help with anti-aging. So retinol is going to be the second ingredient that you want to incorporate as tolerated into your skincare routine. That wasn't a surprise to me, right? Retinol we know has great properties. What came as a surprise is I had no clue that IOPE was the first brand to launch a retinol cosmetic in Korea.
It was their first product.
1996 or something?
Yeah, over 20 years ago. And it's so interesting because in K-beauty, you guys are probably big K-beauty fans. There are not a lot of retinol products. Powerful retinol products in Korea. They've only recently has there been like a surge in Korean beauty brands trying to create retinol products, but just because they're trying to catch a trend, I think. IOPE has been like the leader in retinol for a very, very long time. And these have actually been reformulated, perfected again and again over the years. And it's still their #1 best-selling product in terms of retinol in Korea today. But I have a question because when people talk to me about retinol, their biggest complaint is about the peeling. And they said, like, I've used retinol, it peels and it just never stops. How do you get someone to ease into the retinol experience so they don't experience that?
Yeah, that's a great question. Retinols, you do want to start slow. Anyone who's starting a retinol or knows they have sensitive skin, I say start slow, start with the lowest, the gentlest retinol. Don't try to jump up to the highest concentration retinol on your first try because you will likely get irritated. And that's a common mistake that patients do. Now, start slow, use a small amount, start every 3rd night if you have to for the first 2 to 4 weeks. And then if you're not getting too red, dry, irritated, go to every other night for 2, 3, 4 weeks, then nightly as tolerated. Now, I mentioned start with the gentlest retinol. I do love actually the IOPE that you're holding right now, the Retinol Super Bounce Serum as a great starting retinol, or if you know you have sensitive skin. It's gentle but powerful. It has 4 retinols and retinoids in it, pure retinol, it has encapsulated retinol, it has bioseletinoid and gram-active retinoid, so 4 different types, but it's really gentle. So my neck skin is not able to tolerate most retinols or retinoids, and I am able to tolerate this on my neck, which is a very important place to also work on anti-aging. So this is a great starting retinol. Now, if you're able to tolerate this, you can graduate up. You can go to the retinol expert 0.1%, and then after some time, you can go up to the 0.3%. But it's okay if you are using the Super Bounce serum and you can't tolerate, anything higher, because it's more important to use things consistently. I'd rather have you use a gentler retinol every night than try to use a higher concentration retinol that you can't tolerate twice a week.
Yes, and the Super Bounce is pretty new to the IOPE lineup. Even though IOPE has been around for over 2 decades, they only have a handful of products. Like they have around 10 products. And the fact that they've been known for these for over 20 years, then they decided to create something that was more gentle. So to ease people into the whole retinol experience, even for maybe young, around like 20 to 30s, this is a great starter retinol. And then as your skin gets used to it and you're ready to advance to the next stage, it's the 0.1. By the way, this is actually a Soko Glam Best of K-Beauty award winner. This is 30% off right now because we're having a sale for all Best of K-Beauty award winners in the past. So definitely check it out if you want to try the 0.1. And then we recently curated the 0.3 retinol onto Soko Glam because we wanted just a range, make sure that people can start off slow and then graduate.
Awesome.
All right, I think a few people have asked questions about retinol.
With retinol,
How
my
much-
skin gets,
how much do
really
you use?
dry and looks flaky. I mean, with retinol, we usually say pea size or dime size amount over the full face, so you don't need a lot. I usually say start with the more sebaceous or oily areas. So I do a few small drops on the center of the face, blend out. So that's a good way to use it. And if you do get dry and flaky, there are ways to minimize irritation when you use it. Definitely use a thicker moisturizing cream after your retinol. And a lot of times I'll recommend what I call what a lot of people call the sandwich method. So using a moisturizer before and after the retinol. My preferred way is actually to use like a hydrating moisturizing essence or serum like mucin or hyaluronic acid, then the retinol, and then a thicker moisturizing cream. So the sandwich method is great. Also remember to avoid using it with other irritating or drying products. So if you're using any AHAs, BHAs, benzoyl peroxide, don't use it at the same time. Either use those ingredients in the morning and the retinol at nighttime, or alternate every other night.
And by the way, can I put retinol all over my hands every morning and night?
If you can tolerate it, I think it's great. Honestly, with this one, I'm like, sometimes I just want to put it all over my body.
So I'm getting an idea. I was like showing the texture and I was like, wait a minute, my hands have been very like but by the way, you guys are paying attention, right? I think this is all good info, but not only is it just good info just for your general awareness, there's actually a quiz at the end of this. And there's going to be 4 different pop quiz questions, and you will also have a chance to win some juicy gifts. So please pay attention. Yes. All right. So let's talk about trending Korean products, because you just went to Korea. Like you go every year, you go multiple times a year, but you just came back from Korea. Like I can't believe you don't have jet lag right now. That's how recently you've been. And so what did you see in Korea that we should know about?
So I mean, Korea is always constantly innovating cosmetic treatments, and so I try to go very frequently to see what's up and coming. This has been around for a long time, and so many people have heard about it, but it's getting even more and more popular as people are seeing improvements with it, just in the general population there. So I was actually able to go to a clinic and get PDRN injections into my face. So that's veteran healer injections. I was thrilled with the results. I just did one treatment and I really liked it.
So it was pumping?
Yeah, it helped hydrate. It definitely helped brighten. It helped with texture. So PDRN, or veteran healer, is kind of the injection form, is what I got. And I'm excited to hear that IOPE has had a PDRN product in their lineup, for the past couple of years. It is formulated with caffeine, so 20,000 ppms of caffeine with the PDRN, along with niacinamide, which is going to help brighten the skin, also great for anti-aging, and beta-glucan to help soothe and hydrate the skin. So another great product.
So I just have to mention that this is actually called Botox in a bottle. It went viral this year. Ashley Nixon is like a top TikTok influencer, skincare influencer. She loves Korean skincare, and she was just raving about this. And it's not just because she raved about it. It's literally everyone. The reviews are so strong about this product, and I was the first to mimic the PDRN injection treatments, but make it topical. And on top of it, it's not using salmon egg, it's actually vegan form of PDRN. It's actually derived from lactobacillus ferment filtrate. And so this makes it so much more user-friendly. Like, I don't know how I'd feel if they made a salmon egg treatment that I had put on my face every night, but the fact that it's vegan, love it, love it. But it also doesn't smell like anything. I love that. And you just see the plumping and visible effects of this. And that's why it got viral. Like, it went Huffington Post viral, and it flew off our shelves. And I think that it just speaks for itself. It's one of those products that speaks for itself. I have a question about just PDRN. And okay, well, a lot of people, by the way, they're talking about, oh yeah, a lot of people, you know who Ashley is. Is this serum safe during pregnancy?
With the caffeine, I mean, honestly, what you put on topically is probably not like going to get into your circulation in significant amounts. But I mean, I'm always on the side of caution. Like caffeine, I would avoid pregnancy if it were me.
That's interesting. And then caffeine. I think caffeine. Can you explain to us about what are the impacts of caffeine? Because I know it helps with redness.
Yes, and it helps with swelling. So that's kind of why I like caffeine. It helps with constricting those vessels. It helps with swelling, and I love it in the serum format. Because it'll help with that puffiness after a night of eating ramen.
She did that.
I ate ramen last night. I'm sorry, but after this morning, I actually did use that product because I was like, I'm gonna swell for this event tonight.
You look great. You could eat ramen every night. Aw, you both look so beautiful. Thank you.
And then talking about the benefits of PDRN, there's scientific studies. Most of them are laboratory studies, and there's not a lot of huge clinical trials on PDRN injections. A lot of it is just kind of general public. You know, they've done the injections a lot in Asia, and they've seen benefits. But clinical trials, there's not a lot of large clinical studies. That being said, the studies that do exist have shown that it can hydrate the skin, and it has anti-inflammatory benefits, as well as activating fibroblasts to stimulate collagen. It works on mechanism by activating the adenosine alpha-2A receptor, and then the downstream effects are activating fibroblasts and then reducing inflammation, which is great. So a lot of good benefits for the skin.
And as you were sharing that, I feel like even though product can be formulated to be very effective, it's also about the experience, right? And that's what I noticed about all of IOPE products is that you actually like putting it on your skin because it doesn't smell bad. I hate it when products like are miracle workers, but they are horrible. Like, the smell is just bad. These are all great. And then also they're very lightweight. They're not sticky and they absorb really quickly. I think that's really key. I think people underestimate the power of like a well-formulated, highly, effective product. Because sometimes it could just feel like it sits on your skin. Feels like it's clogging your pores, it pills, but the textures are top notch.
And we don't have the moisturizers here, but the moisturizers are actually great too in terms of texture.
Yes. All right. Amazing. Okay, so what injections should I be getting? Let's get to the juicy stuff.
So in Korea, I mean, because we have so many cosmetic treatments available here, when I go to Korea, I'm like, I want to learn about the treatments we don't have in the US. Which is why I got the Red Inhaler shot. It's not FDA approved in the US. So I don't recommend getting it here just because it's not regulated, the actual product. But in Korea, I was like, please give me the
PDRN.
Yes, the PDRN injections. Yes, they're a little bit painful, but if you go somewhere that does lots of good numbing cream for you, I think it's doable. And then other popular injections actually coming out of Korea is Juvilook. That has become more popular over the past 2-3 years.
What does Juvilook do?
Juvilook is it's a type of skin booster, and we know that skin boosters have been popular in Asia for a long time, and a lot of them have hyaluronic acid in it. Juvilook has a combination of hyaluronic acid and PDLA, poly-D lactic acid, so it's similar to Sculptra-like material, which is a biostimulatory filler. So it's stimulating collagen at the same time as adding that hyaluronic.
And no downtime. It's like
lunchtime. The reason I didn't get the Juvilook there is downtime. With Retinol too, there's a few days of what we call embossing. So there's little tiny bumps on the surface of the skin for a few days. And obviously a risk of bruising. With Juvilook, I think it goes a little longer than a few days. But again, the results and from like colleagues and friends that have gotten it have seemed to be very positive.
Well, I need to ask you more. We could talk about this for a long, long time. Okay, so next we will talk about how to use these products in the AM and PM. So would you be using retinol morning and night?
So I was surprised actually. They said that the Super Bounce Serum you can use morning and night. Typically, I recommend using a vitamin C in the morning because that's gonna again help repair and protect the skin throughout the day as you're seeing the sun, and then retinols at nighttime.
Yeah. Okay. And then what if we wanted, like, if you wanted to mix like tretinoin, or like if you have other treatments that you're using, or like treatments like other high active products, what would you avoid? Like alternate week on week? Or...
Yeah, so any exfoliating AHAs, BHAs, I would not mix with the retinols just in case your skin is more sensitive. So if you use, if you wanted to use an AHA, BHA, you can use one night and then the retinol another night and alternate. And if you're able to tolerate, you could use the AHA, BHA in the morning and then the retinol at nighttime.
I think the reason why the Super Bounce Serum, they say it's morning and night is because it's so gentle, it's so light. And then what about like applying retinol around your, like how close to your eyes?
So the eyelids are very they're sensitive, right? So even if you can tolerate over the rest of your face, the eyelids may not be able to tolerate it, and you're more prone to rashes there. So you do want to be careful with the eyelids. Everyone is different. Some people are able to tolerate it, some aren't. So it really depends on the person, and you just have to try to know. But I would be careful with the eyelid area.
I think it's interesting. I think this is why eye creams exist. Like a lot of people say like, why eye creams? Do we really need an eye cream? I think this is exactly the reason. And I think the next concern that I have to mention, yeah, sorry, it's all about me. I need to know your top secrets. I think it's the wrinkles, like you saw from the results. There was a lot of dryness, a lot of wrinkles that are starting to form. So what product would you recommend for wrinkles?
For wrinkles, I mean, again, all of these help stimulate collagen. So they're all good products if you could tolerate it around your eyelids. But I think the PDRN and the vitamin C tend to be a little bit easier to tolerate. So I would definitely try those around the eyelids.
Okay. And my question is actually having to do with lasers again, because lasers are top of mind. What about pigmentation? Helping pigmentation, what kind of lasers would you recommend?
Okay, so lasers, so again, topicals are going to help kind of minimize pigmentation, prevent more pigmentation. So again, that's the most important thing. And of course, sunscreen every day, reapply every day hours. That's going to be the most important thing. Now, if you want to help really significantly reduce existing pigmentation, it really depends on the type of pigmentation you have. There's sunspots. You can have melasma, which can be a little bit more fickle in terms of response with lasers. There's age spots or liver spots, seborrheic keratosis, whatever you want to call it. And there's moles. So it really depends on the type of pigmentation, but typically for individual brown spots, I recommended targeted brown spot treatments like the Q-Switch Alex or ND YAG laser. The Pico laser is great. And then for overall just brightening of pigmentation and also helping with melasma, a great starting laser, it's going to be a light resurfacing laser like the Clear and Brilliant.
That one right here.
Yeah. Oh, actually, yes, it is sitting right over here. So gentle resurfacing laser or toning lasers, which are also very popular in Asia. I think I have friends who go every 1 to 2 weeks for these toning lasers, but toning laser can help kind of brighten the skin, help with stimulate collagen over time.
Okay, and so would you say that that's for pigmentation, reducing pigmentation, these are like treatments, like you said, that you have to go
It does take multiple treatments, so I have a lot of patients who go to Asia to try to get these treatments. And it depends on how long you're staying. It's
Yeah.
definitely, great to go there and get these treatments, but usually it takes 3 to 6, upwards to 10
Yeah.
treatments even.
Yeah.
So it's you can go, but just know that it will take multiple treatments, and pigmentation can always come back. So again, that's where skincare is important.
Right. No, I agree. And it's like 70% of your skin concerns are also genetics. Let's not forget about that. And then 30% is what your lifestyle, like how you eat, how you sleep, what you drink, and also, of course, how you take care of your skin. So I think the most important thing out of everything is that we're not going to be going to laser treatments all day. I'd love to visit you every day if you'd let me, but it is about maintenance. It is about taking care of your skin. And that is why I've been raving about IOPE for since we curated, I've just been like over the moon, because I think that when it comes to K-beauty, a lot of the products are about hydration. There's a lot of toners, essences that are all about hydration, but then there's not a lot of Korean brands out there that actually are very clinically minded, R&D focused, and have certain ingredients that will actually make an impact on your skin, that are going to tingle a little bit when you apply it because it's working, So these are some of the things, and this is why I wanted to kind of refresh and reset and talk about IOPE, and then just get some education going about treatments and everything. So this has been perfect. So thank you so much. I think it's quiz time.
Okay.
So have you been listening to Dr. Clara Chang's advice and all of her amazing tips? Okay, you guys, be the first to comment in the webinar chat area, and you will be able to win a prize. This is not the grand prize. This is not the one where you have to post on Instagram. You will be receiving certain products that are referenced in each question. So let's get going. You guys, what are the 2 key ingredients that Dr. Claire Chang recommends for an anti-aging skincare routine? Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. You guys are good. I would say Christine Co. Retinol and vitamin C. And you win both of these products on the screen. Congratulations. How do we get in touch with Christine Co? Okay. Okay, so someone from the team will be reaching out to you and getting your email and your information. Yay, congratulations. You guys gotta be quick. Some people are like, my fingers are not tight fast enough. And I love the supportive community. Everyone's like,
I was just about to say, Charlotte, everyone here is amazing. Look at all these responses.
That's why I love these. I love these Zoom events. Honestly, everyone like loves skincare. Everyone's like so eager to learn and so supportive. All right, next one. Ready? Which IOPE product is referred to as a Botox in a bottle?
Wow.
Oh, so bad. I need to scroll up. Kira Mesnick. Mesnick? Yeah. Kira, congratulations. You mentioned the PDRN. Well, so some people said caffeine sensitive. We're gonna go with what do we do? What do we do? There's some people that said just like caffeine, some people said PDRN, but okay, Kira, the team has announced that you are the first. PDRN, the full name is caffeine shot serum. You do get the PDRN caffeine shot serum, and someone will be reaching out to you. Congratulations. By the way, once you win, you cannot win again. Okay, the next question. What method does Dr. Claire suggest to minimize irritation when using retinol? What method is it? Ooh, everyone has been listening. It's confirmed. I'm sorry, people, if you're tuning in via the live on my Instagram. That's why you gotta sign up for the virtual events on Zoom. All right. Virtual. Okay. Well, we got, who is it? Who is it? Tao Nguyen. Oh, yep, sandwich. Tao Nguyen, congratulations. I feel like I recognize that name. I feel like you've been on a few Zooms with us. You know how this works. All right. You get the retinal expert, and is it gonna be this? I think you get to choose, right? The 0.3, oh, it's the 0.3. All right, you got the 0.3. And the last question. How many types of retinol and retinoids are in IOPE's retinol soup? Oh my goodness, people have been listening.
4,444.
How, literally, it is 4. Gina Akumano. Congratulations, it is 4. Annie, I'm sorry. You probably meant to put 4, but you put 3. Thank you so much for taking part in our super fun quiz. That was awesome. And what is next? We're doing Q&A. We're doing a little bit of Q&A. And remember, if you have not posted about this live, you still have a chance to win the $370 value gift set in about like 10 minutes. So you just post it on your public Instagram stories that you're watching this live, tag at Soko Glam, and we will announce the winners in about 5 to 7 minutes. Q&A time. Okay, you guys had such great questions. You are here next to Dr. Claire Chang, board certified dermatologist at Union Derm. And I see a lot of you are based in New York, so she is very, very busy and doing this with us today. So do you have any questions? Okay, we actually got, while you guys are populating some questions, we have a question that we got when we announced that we were doing this Zoom. Can you ever practice preventative anti-aging too early? Ooh, this is such a good question because the Sephora kid trend, everyone using $100 serums when they're like 16 years old is crazy. So is it crazy?
Well, prevention is never too early, but it depends what type of prevention. For me, because we have a cosmetic treatment practice, I do see some patients coming in for cosmetic treatments a little too early, in my opinion.
Right.
And so we have that conversation, and with parents, we have that conversation. So, in office treatments, there is a threshold for myself. But prevention in general, I don't think you can start too early. It just depends on what type of prevention. So sun protection.
Yeah, someone just mentioned that. Sunscreen.
Never too early. I was lathering my little babies with sunscreen since they were born, even though I think
I've seen you do that.
months, but yeah. They're completely white cast and they're at the beach. So never too early. Sunscreen,
Even
hydration.
Hydration, like moisturizing, like in Korea, they're taught to like kind of using a gentle washcloth to exfoliate their body. And I thought that was like a great way to just like gently exfoliate.
Yeah, so I think skin hydration like early on is great. When do you start these other type of actives? And there's no right answers. I mean, 20s, 30s is kind of a general roundabout, but there's no exact answer.
Yeah.
But you don't have to go too crazy when you're too young.
Yeah, I think the keyword here is preventative.
Yeah.
It's good hygiene. All right, and then we have how often should I exfoliate if I'm using a retinol? Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, again, I think that depends on your skin type, and everyone's going to be different. So if you're more sensitive, you may only be able to exfoliate once every couple weeks. And then if you're less sensitive, you can do a gentle exfoliate in the morning with a retinol at nighttime. So it really just depends on your skin. You want to listen to your skin. Not all, some people don't. They're like trying 10 new products at once and start freaking out and getting all these reactions. Please listen to your skin.
That's so true. All right, great response. And what's the best way to use retinol on sensitive skin? Someone actually asked this here in the chat, and then we got this over Instagram. So yeah, if you're sensitive, is there like an answer like maybe you shouldn't be using retinol for sensitive skin?
I mean, I do have some patients who cannot tolerate retinols, and I think that's fine. But like we were talking about, start with the gentlest retinol, and do the sandwich method. Start slow. So, a lot of times it just takes time for your skin to adjust to the retinol, but you want to choose the right retinol. Choose something gentle. Don't overdo it. Don't jump to a prescription retinoid when you've never used a retinol before.
This is a great 101, like retinol 101. The Super Bounce Serum. I think we had a great question actually coming from the audience right now. It came up a few times. I want to address it. Any recommendations for acne and acne scars?
Oh, of course. I mean, so
for not only the derm treatments, but like
yeah. So in terms of products, I mean, again, retinols And retinoids are great for acne. It's gonna increase that skin cell turnover, help reduce comedones, also can help reduce inflammation. So it's good for all types of acne. So retinols, retinoids. Because it increases the skin cell turnover, it can help with pigmentation from acne blemishing. So it's a great product to use for acne and acne scars if your skin can tolerate it. But other things you do want to be gentle with. You do want to, use a gentle cleanser. You do want to use a moisturizer. Don't forget to moisturize, even if you feel like, you have oily skin, you still want to hydrate your skin and repair that skin barrier.
Yeah, I think that's such a great point, because I think a lot of people assume that retinols are only meant for people with wrinkles or loss of elasticity, but acne, I mean, also 50% of adults deal with adult acne. So I think it's great that it's like kind of an all-in-one. And then treatments for acne on like lasers, like acne scarring. Do you have any?
Yeah, I mean, there's acne and then acne scarring. There's a lot of treatments. Acne, I usually try to treat medically first. So that's with topicals or prescription topicals, and there's so many out there. It does take 6 to 8 weeks of continuous use to know if any acne treatment is working. So you do have to be consistent. I usually do a combination of topicals, depending on how you tolerate it. And then it's almost trial and error sometimes. We have to see what works for each individual patient. And then there's oral medications as well. There are lasers that are new actually over the past couple of years that can help with acne. So Aviclear and Accure are lasers that target the oil glands and can minimize oil production, and has been shown after 3 to 4 treatments to help minimize acne. So in patients who are not responding to traditional forms of acne treatments, there's lasers that can help. Or those who are gonna try to get pregnant soon and have horrible acne but can't be on certain medications, there's lasers that can help. And then acne scarring depends on the type of scar. There's redness lasers like the V-beam that help with red marks, and there's lasers that help stimulate collagen like Fraxel. There's radio frequency microneedling. So a lot of lasers. It really depends on the type of acne scar because there's so many types.
My gosh, sold. Where would I find this magical? You guys are like, oh, it seems so great that you're answering so many questions. Thank you so much. I think there was a question about how do you define a pea-sized amount of retinol? Can you show us? Like, I always feel like I'm overdoing it.
So that is like the teaching with dermatologists, like pea size. I sometimes say dime size depending on the size of your face. I mean,
yeah, size of your face matters.
Yeah, so I mean that's pea size, but if you have a slightly larger face, like, and also if you want to add some to your neck, if your neck can tolerate it, I mean you could use a little bit more.
I thought your interesting tip was like applying it to the areas where you have a lot more sebaceous glands.
Yeah, so because
oils.
Yeah, it'll be a little less sensitive too.
Oh, because they have a little coating.
Yeah, so like I usually go like this and then rub your way outwards like that.
Yeah.
And then moisturize after, for sure.
I have a question from Melissa. It says, I'm currently using IOPE Super Balance. When is it time to upgrade?
Oh,
I mean,
upgrade.
if you've been tolerating it for a month or two, you can try upgrading. Now, a lot of patients will want to upgrade and ask me how they do that in a regimen. I typically recommend alternating between the one you've been using and then the higher dose one every other night. See how you tolerate it, and then after a couple of weeks, you can try to switch over to the higher concentration.
That is such a great question, and I'm so excited. You're going to be graduating soon. It's actually 30% off in the Best of K Beauty sale, so that's perfect for you guys. Okay, are we going to announce our winners for our major grand prize? Let me check. I want to make sure I'm seeing. Yep. Okay, how exciting. All right. Fingers crossed, everyone. Good, what? Oh yeah, okay, we're getting the winners now. Sorry. We're gonna answer a few more questions as we get that. One more question. Let's see.
Frida asks, how long does the vitamin C remain active after opened?
Ooh, vitamin C active after, it really depends. I think there are some questions coming, asking about ascorbic acid, like do you have to refrigerate it? It does help stabilize it or maintain the vitamin C. The more and more it's exposed to oxygen and light, it does oxidize. You'll notice that it could turn brown, orangey. And it is nice to keep in the fridge because it just limits that heat, limits the sunlight. But I would say that when it's a pure ascorbic acid, it usually lasts about 3 months after opening. Really depends brand on brand though. There are some brands where I feel like I just open it and it's already oxidized. But there are some brands like IOPE, it's been always pretty clear. And then you just, even when I keep it in my vanity in my bathroom, it's pretty clear for about 3 months. So it's very, very stable considering how much ascorbic acid is in there. All right, we got the winners. Winner number 1, drum roll please. This is for the $370 IOPE value, IOPE set. And this is to Hazel Adao, A-D-A-O. Hazel, congratulations. And then winner number 2 is Divya Kahari. Yay, that's me. Someone's like, that's me. This is so exciting. This is so generous. This is amazing. You guys are literally going to be using all of these products and then reporting back to us and telling us how glowy and amazing your skin is. And for those of you who are tuned in via my Instagram, you need to sign up to our virtual events in order to qualify for all this stuff. So food for thought, note to self. All right. And by the way, you guys are actually really lucky. Okay, so there is something very special that's going to go out to you guys after this live. I did tomorrow. There's going to be an email that goes out to all of you guys that attended this event, and there's going to be a survey that's going to ask you some general questions about your skincare routine and what you've tried from IOPE. And amongst all the people who take that survey, there's actually going to be how many winners? 10 winners who take that survey that will receive a special gift from IOPE. The grand prize? Wow, there's 10 people who will take the grand prize. You guys, this is like pretty intense. 10 more chances. So please sign up and make sure you receive that email from us. And you guys all need to attend the virtual events from now on. This is very generous of IOPE. Thank you so much for attending. Thank you so much. Dr. Claire Chang, amazing advice. I love working with you because you just know your stuff and you provide the best responses.
Thank you. This was so much fun. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Yeah, it was amazing. I hope to be back again.
Yes, and you guys, I know a lot of you are based in New York. Go to Union Derm in New York City. She is a celebrity and she is gonna treat your skin. No, seriously, amazing, amazing view, amazing space, and just an amazing person. So thank you so much for joining us. And thank you everyone for all of your participation and for your love and for your support always. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good night, everyone.